Reserve players as well, write down?
Yeah, make a line and then write subs.
Okay. Oh, that's what it means? Okay.
Vielleicht bin ich es auch nicht gewohnt. Es kann auch sein, dass ich einfach nicht gewohnt bin. Weißt du, wenn ich so 2 Jahre lang gewohnt bin, dann ist es für mich so was Normales. Weil vielleicht nicht einfach okay, weil zum Beispiel hier mal natürlich, natürlich so. Es gibt bestimmt, aber ich muss das nämlich auch. Es gibt bestimmt auch Schulen oder Teams oder Spieler, die das richtig wertschätzen. Aber ich weiß zum Beispiel, dass bei uns im Team viel auf dem
How's the thing looking?
It's still dropping frames like crazy.
You serious?
Yeah. I don't understand why.
Dann ist
Like,
natürlich auch wichtig, dass dann, wenn du zum Beispiel ein bisschen leider sein würdest, dass dann andere Dings dann vergeben, weißt du?
are you on the 5G one?
For hotspot?
No, for the Wi-Fi.
I have no idea, to be honest with you. Check. I don't have my phone on me. This kid's a 1996, bro. What?
Who was?
This kid on the roster.
What's the name?
Carlos Navarro. You know that name or no? How's Bo? Is Bo good or what?
What was suspended?
I'm saying, is he good though?
He's alright.
Seems like a baller. But I don't know. This guy doesn't say their full name.
RKC presented by the Prairie School.
Shepard head coach too?
No. I don't know what to do. Like, I genuinely don't know what to do.
Did you try shutting off?
Yeah, I restarted it and everything.
Looks frozen though.
It's just lagging like crazy. I just checked the settings too.
What do Wayne say? Call Hayden. Oh no, he's in there. Yeah.
Wayne might be down there too.
I think maybe call Hayden.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, yeah.
5, 7.
I wish I could even help you. I don't even know where to start.
Can you find Wayne actually?
Yeah, where's he at?
I don't know. Probably in the 60 booth or
Yeah, I'll look.
in the
Try to like Hayden maybe. I know he's on the bench.
He's on the bench. There's no way he thinks so.
Did he give him a text message? Give him a text.
Yeah, I'm recording it, so it's fine.
suck.
Ah, gar kein. Das ist halt, Jason ist, der hat nicht dieses echt Connecten einfach. Der connectet die ganze Zeit. Und der geht vom Verein rüber, wechselt zu anderen, weißt du das? Der,
I restarted it too, but yeah,
in
it
seinen,
doesn't
in seinen
feel hot.
Spielstil geht er ganz schön hart mit
I'm using 5% of the
ich hätte eher
CPU
gedacht, dass er so ein
for the
Pressing
stream, which
spielt.
isn't bad.
Nee,
I
jetzt
don't
schon.
know enough about. Yeah.
There it is.
Nee, jetzt überleg mal, in so einem Spiel. Was siehst du? Und sein Job ist ja im Prinzip zu kreieren. Was ich meine, was ich genau meine ist, der macht sein, das ist sein Job und da kommt nichts mehr rum. Ja, aber trotzdem, so, das ist sein Job und da kommt nichts mehr rum. Unser Job hier ist zu verteidigen und sein Job ist, das zu kreieren. Da kommt ja nichts mehr rum. Komplett. Er ist nur ungefähr in seinem Job. Ja, aber du musst es wegen, deswegen Amerikaner. Nicht, weil er nicht spielen lassen will. Ja, genau, um zu Kanada zu kommen, braucht er Amerikaner. Ja, klar. Das ist ein Pflichtspiel. Ist eigentlich mit dem schon? Hä? Er hat Spiele, auch gestern so 2 Minuten.
Dude,
Er hat zum
what?
Beispiel
I
so,
never
stopp,
played
weißt du?
rugby. We're getting less than a megabyte per second upload speed.
That's insane, bro.
What the hell?
Ach so. Nee, das war der von der Akademie, also den habe ich jetzt restartet.
Are you connected to the RYX one?
Yeah, but
5G?
yeah, it went down to like less than 4 bars, but
Schon gut, der Fall ist okay. Ist okay.
yeah, it's decent signal.
Kann gut aussehen, aber Digga, bleib treu. Deswegen, es geht ja nicht um größer. Sie vergleichen nicht, ob du größer bist, sie vergleichen, bist du größer als andere. Weißt du, die wissen, dass sie viel können, weißt du? Viel schwieriger, Männer wissen, das tut weh. Wie kann man sagen, ist halt, wie es ist im Spiel. Klar, man kann mit kleinen, Digga. Weißt du, nicht bis beim Sex nehmen. Nein, das erstmal auspacken und es ist klein. Also, die machen das nicht so, weißt du? Als hättest du, wie auch immer. Als hättest du,
Corner kick, Rochester FC.
nee, da gab es mal Schlimmeres. Ah, hier das Video nicht von hier. Letztes Jahr Freshman Bowl. Das ist ein Sieg. Nein, die haben 2 gehabt. Das ist okay. Gehen wir 5. Das ist halt offiziell.
Well, we're dealing with some Wi-Fi issues here at Pritchard Park, so if you're watching this back on tape, welcome you in to Pritchard Park. It's 1-0 RKC after a goal in about the 6th or 7th minute from Channing Chaston, so early on in this one, RKC get on the board and take a 1-0 lead over Rochester. But other than that, it's been good chances for both sides. RKC have found themselves in good opportunities of space as Diana works along his left side to Strumeyer. That pass forward to Mickey Riley, sliding in and commits the foul on Elliot Idahen. Riley got ball, but then that follow through dangerous enough to push Idahen to the ground. It'll be a free kick for RKC, or for RFC, I should say.
It's a tough ball there, I'll tell you. It's a really difficult. Excuse me. Had a little bit of trouble there, but difficult ball to Riley. You know, all he had to do was really foul because it would have been a counterattack. So
here is Kazuki Okazaki standing over the free kick. At the bottom of your screen, Okazaki. Looking in, got a couple of big bodies in the box if you're RKC. It's curling in, flicked on. Diana comes out and will collect into the breadbasket of the Purdue Fort Wayne goalkeeper. Diana rolls out to the near side and Prado. Prado moves forward. His ball up ahead intended for Kevin Andrews. All the way back to Jack Hobday in net. Hobday was the number 3 this year for Rochester. Daniel Miklosi and Stefan Schenk were the first 2 options in net, as there's a great ball forward onto Gabriel Ramos. And Ramos rolls it in. It's a loose ball in front, and Diana was left sitting there, unsure whether to come out or not, as it'll be a goal kick. Luckily for RKC, Preston McKay just runs past it. Well, an interesting development there, as it's a great ball from Ramos. McKay couldn't find an end to it.
yeah, fantastic ball, was it? Right in the 6. Great look. Should have been at least a shot on goal, maybe even a finish to make it 1-1, but we keep the game at 1-0.
McCamey moves forward. He's the captain for RKC. He's been the captain all season long, basically every game he's played. When he's been on the bench, it's been Jaden Strumeyer. I'm Arnav Boker. I'm joined in the booth by Jaden's little brother, Bryce Strumeyer, here with us on the RKC Third Coast broadcast, fresh off a 9-0 Academy League victory. RKC looking to do the double over Rochester. Strumeyer goes long. Headed back by Okazaki, right into the hands of Hobday. Hobday rolls it out. Juan Lopez Arteaga making a move from left back over into the center, as there's a burst speed forward from Okazaki. Last touch off of the third coast. It'll be a throw-in for the away side. Excuse me, throw-in for the home side. Last touch was off of Okazaki, and he's unhappy about that call.
McCamey, Strumeyer, now Shillington. Finds the weak side in McCamey. He can drive. Loose ball there, picked up.
Alonso moves it forward to Andrews. Andrews, whistle blows. And it's Ferris Cholich at midfield who's called for a foul. Referee just yelling at him, letting him know what he did wrong. As Alonso picked that ball up in midfield, made a good run with it.
I know Alonso has been struggling with that same player. Tripped him a couple of times in this half. That one finally called. Good call from the referee.
Alonso, a lot smaller than the 6'2" Ferris Cholich, who's usually playing up top for Rochester. Wears the number 9 jersey, but today has dropped in to an attacking midfield role, but also plays alongside Raul Cedillo up top. They do a good job of working off each other in the front lines. Once again, if you are trying to watch this live, there's probably a lot of lagging issues, so hopefully you're watching this back on tape. You're alongside Arnav Pokrell and Bryce Strumeyer in the booth, as it's a throw-in for RKC on the far side. Brought down well. Back and forth play for the third coast. Cross comes in, intended for Chaston. Andrews battling for it. Idahen gets the head away. And McCamey will just go all the way back to Nick Diana. Diana to the near side. Finds Strumeyer. Strumeyer rolling it forward to Prado. Back to Strumeyer. Strumeyer wants to go long. Instead, will roll it across the face of goal to McCamey on the far side. Worked across again.
I'll tell you, Rochester is giving the center backs for RKC a little bit of space right now. Definitely punishing them a little bit, I'll tell you. They're getting more chances, RKC, and it's showing.
Immediately moving forward, it was Hobday who had to come out and clear it for Rochester as a whistle blows. And 30 minutes in, we'll have a water break. Well, Bryce, we'll keep it right here. 30 minutes in, it's a 1-0 game for RKC. They get that early goal from Chaston, but since then, both teams really settling into it. These final 15 minutes before the end of that first half, what's your key for RKC to kind of get back on that front foot?
Yeah, I think RKC needs to possess it as much as possible. I think that there's moments where they don't really need to go forward to find those wingers, their fullbacks, and they're still looking for it anyways, and I think it results in a lot of turnovers. So what I think they need to do is just keep the ball, keep maintaining possession, use Shillington, use Alonzo, use Mickey Riley as the 10, and just keep it moving.
Into the water break, it's Channing Chaston who had the first goal of the game to kick things off between RKC and Rochester. It's a match that's already happened twice this year, and both times RKC has came out on top. First, it was a 6-1 victory in the opening game of the USL League 2 season for RKC Third Coast. Caius Cantautas, the defensive midfielder, played up top, had a hat trick in that game for RKC, and then it was an away trip to Rochester where RKC had to come from behind a 1-0 deficit in the first 10 minutes of the game as Geoffroy Letienne headed in a ball from a corner to give Rochester a 1-0 lead. But then it was two goals, one from center back / striker Joao Pinto in the 24th minute to put RKC level. And then after a 2-hour-long weather delay, it was a restart, and Kevin Andrews in that little space between the 37th minute and the 45th minute before the game got called off officially, Andrews was able to cut in onto his right foot and curl in a shot to the top right corner that set RKC ahead 2-1. And then after the game had reached the halftime limit, the Lightning came back in Rochester. The game was officially called off, but since there was already a half played, it counted as an official result for the Third Coast and a crucial 3 points in a very hostile Rochester environment away.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, whenever there's moments to pick up 3 points, they were able to get the job done. Andrews, fantastic finish. Probably one of the goals of the year for RKC Third Coast. So, I mean, to be able to get a goal like that, boost the morale of the team, and to come back, I think it gives a lot of confidence to RKC as well. You know, beating them twice, but also making sure that they can't take their foot off the gas pedal this third time.
On the far side, it's Flores who's moved out to the right back spot. He reclaims it as Chaston moves into space. Channing Chaston clips it back to Andrews. Kevin Andrews driving through the midfield, plays it out wide. Mickey Riley, the Carthage College star utility player. He played a bit of right back this season alongside his normal attacking midfield / striker position for the Firebirds, as that one is cleared away by Rochester. One back by Alonso. Alan Alonso has yet to play his first official collegiate season with UIC. A poor header away from Krikora. Chaston sets up right inside the 18, lays it off. Rochester wants the offside, won't get it, and it'll be a corner kick for the Third Coast.
Great opportunity for RKC. You know, whenever Chaston has the ball, I think that there's a lot of flair that comes, and he's doing his job already. A goal off of a header, and I know that there's definitely going to be more opportunities for him in the future of this game.
A couple of departures for RKC players going back to college. The two most notable ones, Max Floriani back to SLU, and Rowan Capella back to Marshall University after his transfer away from Green Bay. Both players going to programs that are going to compete for conference championships, so they get called back early by their colleges. As here's Raul Cedillo stepping by Luis Flores, now defended by McCamey. He gets by the Northwestern midfielder, but can't get past the rest of the RKC defense. Moving forward is Alonso, and he'll hold up play.
I mean, two big names as well for that RKC starting 11. You know, Max Floriani, a top center back on that right side. McCamey has moved into that role, but he usually plays as the 6 for them. And also, I mean, just fantastic two players that were key players of this team that unfortunately are not there anymore in the crucial part of the season.
Mickey Riley picks up a yellow card for RKC Third Coast after a tackle on Krikora on the near side, and Adam Krikora comes up limping. The Viterbo University graduate who just finished his senior season there, had a stellar freshman year, and then things cooled off for Krikora, but he's now stepped into real life. He's been hired by a media company based out of Rochester, so he gets to work full-time and still live in the city as Flores clears it away. And it's deflected last off of Rochester, so it'll be a throw-in on the far side for RKC.
I'll tell you, Rochester trying to pin them in on this throw-in, see if they can be able to do that.
It's been 3 games now against Rochester where we've seen 3 different play styles for the Loons. The first game, that 6-1 win for RKC, it was really slow from Rochester. They kept it a low block and really just allowed RKC and invited that pressure into the back line, and that's really where RKC hurt them. In that second game, we saw a lot of kick and rush from Rochester. They would boot the ball forward to Ferris Cholich up top, Raul Cedillo, 2 really big players. As you see right there, Cholich gets a header on a ball played up to him. But after that, Rochester would look to squeeze RKC into that defensive half. Now, it seems like RKC are really getting pressed by Rochester, so it's been 3 different play styles, and you have to think, for head coach Sebastian Narvaez, it's hard to develop an identity when you're changing the way you play so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I think in that first game, I think he definitely realized that a 6-1 result was just not good enough as a whole, and whatever tactics that were used had to be changed. That second game was definitely a lot better. You know, I think that they had an absolutely better opportunities, better identity as a whole. So I think they're probably going to go based off of that opportunity to use their advantages and use what they had in those positives in that game to keep going forward.
A cross comes in from Preston McKay. It's deflected away. Rochester can't clear. McKay comes out. What a save from Nick Diana. Sprawling out, he catches it with his left thigh, and now Andrews can move forward. Through ball up ahead from Andrews into no man's land, but it's won back by Mickey Riley. Riley looking for the switch. That Nick Diana save brought to you by Camp Shutout, the world's largest goalkeeping camp with over 450 goalkeepers, hosted in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Visit campshutout.com for more information.
I mean, what a save that was, you know. I mean, that could have really been 1-1, you know, and I think that there's been opportunities for Rochester where they could have absolutely been on the score sheet tonight. In the missed pass to the 6, and with Nick Diana making that save, I just think that RKC just need to be a little bit cleaner when it comes into the back line when they're getting pressed. And overall, if they can do that, it should be better for them. But overall, fantastic save.
McCamey stands over the free kick. He's assisted twice this season on set pieces. Driven in from McCamey. He's looking at the back post. Riley's made a good run, but it's headed away by Rochester. Getting the head to that one was Juan Lopez Arteaga, the captain for this Rochester side. He spent 1 year at Drake, didn't play at all there, so he transferred out to Hastings, Nebraska, where he played his second season of collegiate soccer for the Broncos. Had a very solid season. Picked up a red card for them as well in Hastings in the GPAC tournament as McCamey stands over the corner. Cross comes in, headed, flicked on, and Strumeyer with an opportunity there to get one, almost a carbon copy of the goal he scored against Rochester in the first game of the season. A corner, front post run, and he's got a free header.
Yeah, a bit of deja vu there, excuse me. But, yeah, he almost had that opportunity to make it 2-0. Great ball for McCamey looking for that near post, and overall great chance for RKC.
Well, set pieces have been the bane of RKC's existence. A rough stretch between a couple of games against St. Croix and Bavarian United where just felt like every single game RKC was conceding off of a set piece, but now they've done a better job of making sure that they're not giving up those easy opportunities. Even the Rochester game away, Rochester's lone goal was scored off of a set piece. So a lot of attention has been focused on those set pieces because those can really make or break a game for a side.
Absolutely. You know, when you're in having a corner kick or a free kick and it's nils, 0-0, you never know what can happen. Let's say the 90th minute comes, it's a free kick, and that can change a game entirely, you know? So I think that overall, if you can win your set piece matchups, you can win those corner kick matchups, then overall that game should be a lot easier to play.
Whistle blows for a foul called on Luis Flores as Strumeyer had gotten to the ball on the near side, but there wasn't enough of an advantage on that ball up the left flank. Referee calls it back all the way to Luis Flores, who spent 3 seasons at University of Illinois Springfield, was a regular, consistent player, either starting or off of the bench for UIS, but now has transferred to UW Parkside right here in Somers, Wisconsin, right below us at Pritchard Park, to play out his last season or 2 for the Rangers in green and black. Ball finds its way up to Chaston, formerly of Ohio State, played under RKC head coach Matt Folsey before making his move professionally to Phoenix Rising for a season and a half. But an injury derailed that avenue. He's back with RKC and has really found his footing with the Third Coast, continuing to be dangerous for RKC. Andrews out to Riley. Riley continues to move. Pressured well by Krikora, and it's forced to go in to Andrews. Andrews wants to drive forward, instead lays it off again. Prado up to Mickey Riley. Cutting in, Mickey Riley left his man stumbling. Ball deflects. Andrews has it flicked away. Last-ditch defending, but there's a good tackle. Now the whistle blows. It's a foul called on RKC. So it'll be Spencer Dunlap who picks up the call in the midfield. Alan Alonso's called for the foul, and a free kick upcoming for the away side.
I think that's a questionable foul right there. I thought Alonso got most of the ball. I'm not really too sure. Oh, wait. It's looks like a foul on Rochester, actually.
Everyone had walked away from the ball. It looked like Alonso was complaining about a call, but the referee goes with RKC. It's a big break for the Third Coast. McCamey and Riley now with a chance to stand over this one. Colin McCamey of Northwestern University was Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week in October, I should say, for a couple of good performances, one against Maryland, the other against Ohio State. Mickey Riley left it for McCamey. Headed on by Strumeyer, and it's over the bar and out of play. It'll be a goal kick for Rochester.
Another fantastic ball by McCamey, looking for Strumeyer's head, and another great opportunity, but just couldn't find the back of the net.
Hobday will set it down. Hobday plays for St. Olaf, but didn't play any minutes this past season for the Division III national champions based out of Minnesota. He's Rochester through and through. He played his high school ball in Rochester as well, so good to see him back in his hometown playing USL 2 soccer. Clipped forward by McCamey. It finds Chaston. Chaston spinning around looking for an avenue. Will find it out to Alonso. Touch forward. His pass intercepted by Ramos. Was looking for Kevin Andrews on the far side. Dunlap settles things down. Back to Lopez Arteaga, and Mickey Riley presses forward. It's a poor pass away, and a chance to move forward for Reyes Parra. Lays it off for Alonso, who let it run, and it's pushed out of play on the near side. Prado will throw it in quickly. Andrews battling. Couldn't find room past Ramos. Prado looking to win it back. Deflects off the head of Jaden Prado, and it'll fall for Mickey Riley. Riley out wide, Andrews. The Wisconsin Badger brings a cross in. It'll go over everybody's head. And back to Reyes Parra, who keeps it in play to Luis Flores. Flores can swing a cross in. His cross goes long, finds Andrews at the back post. Andrews back to his left foot, drives one in, saved by Hobday. Still with Andrews. Another cross comes in. Idahen clears away for RFC. And now eventually that final ball gets out of the way and headed back to Nick Diana. Diana, calm at the back. Will roll it across to Strumeyer on the near side. Well, pressure there for RKC as they move forward into that attacking half and down that left flank. Andrews with a couple of good crossing opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. Kevin Andrews absolutely destroying the right back for Rochester, getting 2-3 fantastic opportunities.
Out to Andrews again, a chance for him to go forward. Cuts into his right foot, back heel to Prado, who can whip it in with his left foot, drives it across, and it's over the bar from RKC. Chaston punching the ground. A missed opportunity for RKC's number 9 today.
Yeah, great opportunity. Unfortunate miss, but it absolutely is a great chance. Another one on that left flank as well. It wasn't Andrews that time. It was Prado. Great cross, great opportunity, great look. Just unfortunate not to get the finish.
Hobday sets up at his back line, pushing his defense forward. Wants to go long with this one and does. It'll hang up for Reyes Parra to get ahead on it. Looking up to Chaston. It'll fall for Chaston momentarily, and it goes out of play. We're going to have 2 minutes of additional time here at the end of the first half, as RKC have 1 goal and have had the opportunities to put 2 or 3 up there on the board.
Absolutely, and also not just RKC, but Rochester also did have another couple of chances as well. This game could really be 2-2, you know, and it ends up being 1-0, but it could really be going both ways into the half, being 2-2 for both teams. Fantastic save from Nick Diana in the middle of the first half, and a couple chances that went begging for RKC.
Forward again. Runs past the foot of Andrews, but a chance to run onto it for Mickey Riley, who finds Andrews again. Andrews wants the cross. It's deflected and will be cleared away by Spencer Dunlap. McCamey does well to win it back for RKC. Out to Flores. Out wide to Parra, the American University midfielder. Last touch away from Okazaki.
Absolutely fantastic from Colin McCamey. Again, stepping up with that counter press. He did it once in the middle of that first half. He did it again. Absolutely great job from him.
There's a push in the back on Luis Flores, and it's going to be a card shown here for Rochester. And absolutely livid. I believe that's Ferris Cholich.
I don't think that's going to be the last yellow card for this game, I'll tell you.
No, there have been some fireworks between these two sides, and let's just say that 9-0 Academy result helps RKC's case, as Cholich continuing to have a conversation on the far side. And he's only wasting the own time in that he's only wasting Rochester's time in the first half, I should say. So Ferris Cholich gets booked. It'll be a free kick for Colin McCamey. Bodies in the box for Rochester, for RKC, I should say. Look for Callum Shillington or Jaden Strumeyer, both of them big bodies in that penalty area. McCamey's cross, high arcing ball, back post. Hobday gets it away just barely off of his fingertips, and a corner kick upcoming for RKC. Corner kicks today are presented by the Prairie School, RKC's official 2024 corner kick sponsor. Thank you to the Prairie School for their support of RKC Third Coast.
Keep an eye on Jaden Strumeyer, number 4, usually getting the headers for RKC. Almost fell to him again.
McCamey gives chase. He can win it back, and the whistle blows for halftime. 1-0 Channing Chaston, the difference in this one. I mean, we were kind of dealing with some audio Wi-Fi issues up here. But, Bryce, what have you gathered from this first half for RKC?
You know, I think RKC has been doing really well possessing the ball. They did a lot better than before that cooling break. They're possessing it a lot more, getting more opportunities. I just think at the end of the day now they just have to find the back of the net. And I think once they can find the back of the net, get the second, a third, a fourth, this game could really get turned on its head.
We'll step aside for halftime. It's 1-0 RKC. Channing Chaston has the lone goal in this one. We'll be back when action resumes here at Pritchard Park.
located in southeast Wisconsin. Come discover Racine County. Plan your visit today at Visit Racine County.
We're back after halftime here at Pritchard Park. Arnav Pokrell alongside Bryce Strumeyer as we get set for second half action. We're still dealing with Wi-Fi issues, so if you're watching this on tape delay, thanks for tuning in on the RKC Third Coast YouTube channel. As we get set for the second half, and a couple of substitutions early on in this one. The first one being Geoffroy Letienne, who enters the pitch for Rochester FC. He's going to step in, I believe, at right back for Adam Krikora. But we're going to have to confirm that here shortly because I think Krikora is still out there as well. But it's Elliot Idahen who gets things started, and immediately Rochester looking to get forward. They go long, as has been their game plan against RKC these last two games. But immediately it's a chance to break the other way for Channing Chaston. Chaston with speed. He moves down the left flank, has a cutback with Mickey Riley. What a save! Shouts for a handball, won't get it. A diving stop from Rochester right at the goal line, and an early chance denied by the Loons.
Wow. That's all I can really say, right? What a save. That is absolutely incredible to be able to, that chance to go up 2-0 and to be able to put your body on the line, it doesn't matter what situation, is absolutely incredible from the Rochester defender.
RKC wanted the handball call. I don't know who was back there or what part of the body it hit off of, but either way, laying out like that to make a stop, and an incredible one at that. As Mickey Riley goes down, whistle blows, and a foul called as the Carthage College player will draw the foul, and immediately McCamey goes back to Flores and now to the far side, and Strumeyer. That's Jaden Strumeyer on the far side, finding Jaden Prado. Now back to Strumeyer, still just 1-0 thanks to a goal from Channing Chaston in about the 10th minute of play. McCamey stepping up, looking to go long, couldn't find it.
I believe Joao Pinto entered the game as well at center back. I think this is his first time playing center back for RKC.
Made a quick debut at center back against, I believe it was Minneapolis City, but since then has really played up top. So Pinto comes on, off goes, I believe Alan Alonso has stepped off the pitch. So he steps out of the midfield, which allows Colin McCamey to now go up and get himself involved further up the pitch. But yeah, for Pinto, like you mentioned, Bryce, returning back to his natural position as a center back, and he's got a chance now to move forward. Idahen pushes him down, and there's a foul called.
Yeah, Joao Pinto, what a player. He's been an absolute fantastic key role in Quinnipiac's run last year to win the MAC conference. This year they did a fantastic job as well. Key player for that team, and he will be in the coming years as well.
So a chance to set up for a set piece yet again. It's McCamey who can step forward. Still waiting to confirm that Rochester substitution, but Geoffroy Letienne has entered the pitch. He's 6'5", spent 2 seasons in junior college. As there's a ball intended for someone at the back post. Now Andrews a chance, there's a goal! And it's Pinto from center back who steps up and scores.
The super sub. What a goal, what a chance, 2-0, fantastic opportunity for RKC to put this one away.
Well, Pinto had played striker before. He scored against Rochester in the away fixture to tie things up. Now he's got an insurance goal against the Loons. And what a moment for the Portuguese center back. On a set piece, McCamey's ball is in. It falls, it's flicked back by Andrews, and it falls to Pinto, who makes no mistake, 6 yards out, finishes top corner, and makes it 2-0.
Massive goal for RKC. But I'll tell you now, I think the most dangerous lead in football is a 2-0 lead. So they absolutely need this next goal. This next goal is absolutely crucial for both sides.
Idahen gets things started again, and once again, Rochester just throwing numbers forward. Geoffroy Letienne, the center back, spent 2 years in junior college ranks, one at North Iowa Area Community College and another one at Kansas City, Kansas Community College. As Diana's dribbling through the defense and does well to find Shillington. They've matched RKC now. They've got a center back playing striker. The Loons do.
Yeah, they do. They're trying a little bit of RKC's tactics, if I may say.
I believe the player taken off for Letienne was Raul Cedillo. as McCamey's right around the box trying to dribble around a couple of RFC players. Dunlap picks it up. Dunlap's pass out wide. Letienne, high arcing ball to the far side. And it's a great pass from Geoffroy Letienne to find Ramos, who's defended by Prado. Works into the space for Feris Cholic. Dunlap back to Cholic. Shillington defends hard. Rolling shot. It'll be comfortable for Diana to hold on to it. And Preston McKay gives chase. Diana picks it up. The Purdue-Fort Wayne goalkeeper played only 45 minutes this past season as the backup for the Macedons, but is looking to get into that starting spot. And he's done a solid job this season for RKC. Made a couple of mistakes here and there, a couple of rough games, but for goalkeepers, it's all about bouncing back. In this latter half of the season, Nick Diana has done exactly that.
Absolutely, and he has shown that in this first half as well, making a absolutely massive save. Where this game could have really been 1-1, now it's 2-0 because of the save he made.
Chaston goes down, foul called.
Chaston, what a fantastic game he's had, creating that chance that could have been a goal for RKC as well in the beginning of that half when Rochester made a fantastic save. And I believe he will get more chances in this game. It just will come with time.
Both of RKC's home goals are brought to you by Visit Racine County. Racine County is the best of Wisconsin and the Midwest. We encourage you to visit Racine County. Thanks for sponsoring RKC Third Coast in 2024. Here's Prado stepping up into space. Outside of the boot pass to Andrews on the far side, who glides past his defender and is still looking for space past Krikora. We'll play it back to Prado. Prado can have a shot from distance, and it's ambitious from the former UW Green Bay left back, who's returning a little bit closer to home. The Yonkers, New York native will be going to Northeastern College out in Boston to play his next season of collegiate soccer, joining his collegiate coach at UW Green Bay in that move up to Northeastern University. But Prado's a player who's got a goal this season, had the goal to ice the game against Minneapolis City, was injured for a bit, had to travel back home for a graduation, but has really shined in this one. Foul called. It's going to be Jaden Strumeyer who picks up the yellow card. And Strumeyer now has got to be careful. A center back on a yellow card alongside Mickey Riley, who's picked up a yellow for RKC.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a great turn from the Rochester striker. Just, it was unfortunate that Strumeyer got beat, but all he had to do was really foul there, or else they could have really been on goal.
We're 51 minutes into this one, 52 minutes into this one now. Chaston had the first goal. The second goal was Joao Pinto on a set-piece scramble around that he powered into the top left corner. Okazaki lifted to the back post, headed away by McCamey. Flores has Mickey Riley if he can find it, wants the switch, will play it. And Riley's in acres of space in the midfield. Numbers flying forward for RKC. Passed out wide. Chaston, return pass the other way for Parra. Reyes Parra brings it down. Back to Luis Flores. Rolled in, Andrews into space. Shoves off the first defender, takes a hit from behind. Play remains down low. Still battling, RKC maintained possession. Cross comes in, Chaston looking for the end of it. Couldn't get there. Shillington drives forward. Shillington rolls it in. Chaston on the turn, left-footed strike, deflected. It'll fall for Parra, who scores. Reyes Parra off the deflection. And Reyes Parra finds the back of the net for the first time in 2024.
I'll tell you, what a ball from Callum Shillington, looking for Chaston. Great ball to break the back line. Chaston, good shot on goal. Reyes Parra able to put it away.
That's all you could ask for, right in front of goal, to keep your composure, and the American University midfielder does exactly that. 3-0 Rochester really struggling in the second half.
I'll tell you, that goal from RKC was absolutely massive. Again, a 2-0 lead is very, can go both ways, So I think that after they got that third goal, it now can open up things a little bit. We'll see what happens with Rochester, see if they change any tactics, but I think RKC is a little bit more, breathing a little bit more relaxed,
Well, 3-0, but we've seen a 3-0 lead evaporate in this very conference. It was St. Croix who played host to Bavarian United SC. They led 3-0 in the 75th minute, and then Bavarian United scored 3 goals in the final 15 to tie things up. So no lead is safe here in the Deep North Division, and Rochester will be sure to give RKC a challenge and a run for their money. They work down the far side with Ramos. Cross comes in. Cholich can get down and brings it down with his chest. Cholich plays it out wide to McKay. Preston McKay looking for the run of any of his teammates. Instead, it's wide, and it will be a goal kick. McKay just completely mishit that.
Even though it is 3-0 right now, I do think that Rochester is still trying to knock on the door. I do think that there are moments now where even though they're still down, they're still getting chances, and that definitely needs to be better from RKC's back line and midfield three as well.
Pass comes in to Colin McCamey. Back in. This is Reyes Parra who has the most recent goal, as there's a flying challenge in on Andrews. And it's got to be a yellow for Rochester, and it is a yellow.
I'll tell you, Arnolf, we might need a yellow card counter for how many there have been, and I guarantee you that will not be the last one. That's for sure.
Well, we'll take a look here. I know Mickey Riley's got one. Jaden Strumeyer has one as well for RKC. I believe those are the only two for RKC. But on the other side, if I'm not mistaken, it's Juan Lopez with one. And it's Adam Kirkora who picks up that most recent one. As there's a substitute in the pitch for RKC, or Rochester, I should say. It's a couple of substitutions. Jake Parrish comes on, the Australia native who's played a lot of minutes this season, was their leading goal scorer last year. Also on is Carlos Navarro, one of the most experienced and oldest players on this Rochester side. And then joining him is number 8, Warren Moss, another returner for Rochester, a Belize native who's played on the national team, has got minutes in the Gold Cup qualifiers for the Belize senior team. So a lot of experience coming off the bench now for Rochester as they look to chase this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said before, I'm going to completely disregard what I said, how 3-0 for RKC is they can relax a little bit, because bringing on these top quality players, anything can change in this game.
That one not cleared away far enough. I believe that was Idahen who's at the back now. It's Geoffroy Letienne who's playing up top for Rochester. An interesting move from head coach Sebastian Narvaez, but you've got a lot of size now up top if you got Ferris Cholich and Letienne. As this one's out on the far side, whistle blows for a foul on Colin McCamey. We're hoping you can watch alongside us here, but if you're not watching live and you're watching on the replay, it's Arnolf Pokrell. I'm joined alongside Bryce Strumeyer, and it's Colin McCamey who stands over this free kick for Rochester, for RKC. 3 goals scored, Channing Chaston, Joao Pinto, and Reyes Parra, the difference so far in this one for the home side. McCamey's ball in, flicked on again by Strumeyer, and another good opportunity on a set piece for the Third Coast.
I think that's RKC's key player in the air, so I think that whenever there's a free kick or corner, we need to search for Strumeyer, and I think that that's who's going to be on the headers for all these set pieces.
He's got a goal already this season against this very side in Rochester. Scored the second goal of the game as RKC beat Rochester 6-1 in the first fixture of the season for the home side. It's in to Navarro. Idahen will go back to Nexar Rojas. Moss out to Idahen again. Good work by Rochester to find Ramos, who's probably been their most dangerous player as he bursts down that right wing. Pass comes out wide to Parrish, who's got a dart of a left foot as that one's cleared away by RKC and out of play.
I'll tell you, credit to Rochester knocking on this door. I think that they've gotten their better chances in the second half, most recently after that third goal was scored. I know they had a couple of chances in that first half, but right now they're doing really well knocking on the door of RKC's.
Driving past everyone is Okazaki. He'll get the back heel return pass. Sliding challenge. Ball's kept in play just barely by RKC, but Lopez Arteaga wins it back. Now Parrish to Navarro. Mickey Riley gives chase. It's Warren Moss. McCamey gives chase. Moss rolls one, and it's wide of everybody. Nick Diana had it covered, and it'll be a goal kick.
I'll tell you, great tackle from Joao Pinto, the Quinnipiac center back, to be able to delay that play and break it up. That could have absolutely been an opportunity, and if he wasn't there, that could have really been a shot on target.
Rochester wanted a tip off of Diana's hands, but he doesn't get it. had it covered, didn't make contact with the ball, so it's a goal kick for Diana. Pinto back to Diana, who's at his goal line, and works across to Strumeyer. Strumeyer looking up, will find a good pass forward to Kevin Andrews. Laid off to Jaden Prado, who drives past his defender, and the play is called back for an injury. I believe that's Andrews down for RKC. Advantage not played there as Prado was bursting down that left side.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Arnav. I don't know about that one. That could have definitely been an opportunity.
Andrews gets up. McCamey is having the conversation with the referee about that advantage. But it will be RKC to set up with a free kick. Rolled into Strumeyer. Back now to Prado, who can go down the left flank again. Defended by Navarro, and Prado just tackles Navarro. He's got his hands caught in the wrong position there. No card shown for Jaden Prado. Navarro wins the free kick for RKC. Forward again. Out wide to Idahen. Back with it is Moss. Rolled forward. Cholich looking for space. Has a great turn into space. Pinto chases him down. Couldn't get there in time. Letien, Ramos. McCamey with a crucial interception. His backheel pass couldn't find the foot of a teammate. Back with Moss. McCamey can't pressure Moss. Splayed out wide to Parrish. Dangerous left foot for Jake Parrish, but defended well by Luis Flores, and out of play for a corner kick.
Rochester really showing incredible football there. They're playing out of the back, playing with composure. I think that's really the first time they were really able to string together a lot of crucial passes. So I think that this could still be a really good game coming up.
Ball goes out of play on the near side. It'll be a throw-in for the Loons, who trail this one 3-0. Goals from Channing Chaston, who kicked things off in the 9th minute. And then after that, it went to halftime, 1-0 for RKC. Immediately after halftime, Chaston had a great run down the wing and a cutback pass to Andrews that was denied right at the goal line by a diving Rochester center back. But then after that, RKC kept up the pressure. It was a goal first for Joao Pinto on a rebound off of a set piece. And then Reyes Parr, the most recent one, another tap-in, really, at the back post. Out to Letien. First-time cross from Geoffroy Letien, and that is poor from the Frenchman. It goes well over everybody and well over the roof of Pritchard Park.
I just wanted to give a bit of credit to number 8 for Rochester, Warren Moss. I think since he's come on, he's absolutely been able to control the midfield for the game. And I think that with him in there, they've absolutely have shown better passing, and they've shown better composure, and I think that they could end up getting a goal with him controlling the strings.
Next are Rojas players struggling, limping a little bit here for Rochester. And so he will step off for the Loons. Substitution comes in. We'll wait to see who it is. I believe it is Matthias Seymour, who will step into the back line. It's a like-for-like change for Rochester FC.
Thank you.
So Seymour comes on, a fresh substitute in the back line. I mean, Bryce, you're a center back. When you're a center back and you come on in moments like these, 30 minutes left in the game, needing to hold off that defense, what's your mentality like? Is it more about sticking with your line, holding down that back, or now are you trying to go forward if you're a center back for Rochester right now?
Yeah, for sure. I think the biggest thing is to keep your composure, and in moments where you have to keep it, you need to keep it, because if you don't keep it when you need to keep it, then it could just result into another goal.
Chaston gave chase. It was a good ball from Callum Shillington looking for Chaston. McCamey battling. Letien goes high. Wins the first ball. RKC look to claim the second. And Luis Flores does a great job turning on the near side. Outside of the boot pass. Runs just past Shillington. Andrews with a good idea, but poor execution from the Wisconsin Badger. Okazaki. Letien. Cleared away by Pinto. Only as far as new substitute Matthias Seymour, who's absolutely blown it there. And now Mickey Riley can drive forward. Pass up to Chaston. And Channing Chaston absolutely cleared out by Lopez Arteaga. Ball still in play. And Chaston gets there, deflected away, and cleared away by Rochester. Only as far as Shillington, who brings it down well. Great touch from Callum Shillington. There's a strike, deflected away. It'll be a corner kick brought to you by the Prairie School. Talk about a good counterattack. The mistake from Seymour. Mickey Riley takes advantage. Chaston does some good work on the near side, and it results in an RKC corner.
Yeah, I just think if you're Rochester, you need to make sure you keep the ball, because if you're not keeping the ball in moments like this where you're down 3-0, then you won't be able to get other opportunities in front of goal.
RKC play it short, looking for the byline. Getting it is Andrews. Andrews will have a rip. And that one just went to the near post, a little bit too close to the near post. It will be a substitute for RKC. See who comes off, and it is Chaston who will make way. Channing Chaston got the scoring started for Rochester, for RKC against Rochester. His goal in the 9th minute, and he will make way. Stepping in for RKC.
I believe it's Tank Anderson.
It is number 12, Tank Anderson, the UW Parkside forward/defender, has played a good bit of minutes this season at right back and also plays on the wing. A very versatile player, and he played all, I believe it was almost all 90 minutes away in Thunder Bay at right back. Had a really good game, only 2 goals conceded, and none of them were really on his side, so great work there from Tank in Thunder Bay, and now a chance to prove it again at home, this time further up the pitch at right wing. RKC dealing with a Rochester press. Letienne, Diana, over to Strumeyer. And he just gets rid of it, looking ahead to Andrews, who's moved into Chaston's spot up top. It's rolled in, good find. Mickey Riley's making a run. Instead, out wide to Anderson. First couple touches for him. Tank Anderson will have a go, off the bar. What a strike from Tank Anderson in the 67th minute, his first run at goal. And it almost ends in an absolutely beautiful strike and goal.
Yeah, great strike. He had one, I think, in the last game against Thunder Bay as well. Hit the post, and now he got a great opportunity, hit the woodwork. Great strike, also great save from the Rochester keeper.
Flores on the near side has it touched away by Okazaki. And Okazaki maintains possession with Gabriel Ramos. Deflected away, RKC press, working to a T. McCamey commits the foul in the process. Just a little bit bigger than Warren Moss there, and just a little bit too much size for the Belize native to deal with as he goes down after the contact from McCamey.
Yeah, great use of the body there, knowing that he's turned his back away from goal. Just knowing that McCamey's going to be able to go in there with strength, he just falls down and gives Rochester a free kick.
3-0 thanks to Chaston, Pinto, and Para. In the 68th minute of play. If you're watching this back, thanks for tuning in on the RKC Third Coast YouTube channel. Arnav Bokrel alongside Bryce Strumeyer. Ball finds Luis Flores. Pinto now back to Nick Diana. And Diana's comfortable with the ball at his feet and finds a great pass out looking for Prado. Just couldn't find the head of the Northeastern defender.
I'll tell you, Arnav, I think the biggest difference in the second half is how much organized that Rochester press is. You know, they have 2 strikers that are going to the center backs. They have 1 player coming underneath on Shillington, so it's very difficult to play through that middle.
Anderson with lively legs on the near side. He's shoved off the ball by Okazaki. It's a throw-in for Rochester. And the Green Bay defender takes it quickly. Warren Moss, a great ball forward, looking for the head of Jake Parrish. Couldn't find it. And Parrish does a great job of sliding and forcing a throw-in for RKC on the far side. Shillington flicking it up, looking for Prado. Back into the feet of Cholich. Shillington shoves his man down. It's a free kick for the away side. Well, Shillington, another player who, big body, plays that holding midfield spot, has really shown this season since he's gotten into the starting 11. Really hasn't lost his spot because of his consistency. You have to think a young player just finished his freshman season at St. Bonaventure. A lot of good years left for him in collegiate soccer. The Vancouver native
Absolutely. You know, he plays 2-3 touches. Like sometimes when you watch the game, you can't really tell he's there, but once he's off the field, you could tell that something is missing in Chillington. What a player he is, and he'll definitely be able to continue that streak these next couple games.
Moss stands over the free kick, runs over it. Shot comes in, hits the wall for Okazaki, out to Lopez Arteaga. His pass is poor, and Andrews can run onto it. Andrews with space, everyone flying forward. Through ball, and Lopez Arteaga makes up for his mistake and cleans up the damage at the back end. Opportunity was there on the counter for RKC, just needed to be crisp on that final pass, and they weren't. Roll to the near side. Ramos. Now driven back, Lopez Arteaga. Clipped forward to Strumeyer, and he clears it away. Seymour, long touch. McCamey battling for it, does get there first. Anderson in space. His pass finds nobody. And now a chance to break immediately. There's a good pass forward. Flores in a headlock. Whistle blows, and it's going to be a foul on Cholich. Cholich had Flores in a headlock there, no doubt on a foul for RFC.
I'll tell you, Seymour needs to just get over those couple of mistakes. I know that they're super difficult, especially coming on, to be able to go with the flow of the game, but just get a couple simple passes, get a couple simple touches, and again, get yourself into the game.
Joao Pinto stands over this one for RKC. McCamey into Shillington. Long ball forward intended for Anderson. Okazaki miscontrolled it momentarily.
Matt Foldsey still going with the press for RKC, not letting the Rochester center backs have that much of the ball, still looking to try to go forward as much as possible.
And it's a substitution for Rochester. Midhat Mudic, the owner of the club, has put himself on the pitch. Number 28 playing up top. He comes on for Elliot Idahan, who steps off.
You don't really see that too often, Arnav, right?
It's happened for Rochester a majority this season. He's played and started in a couple of games recently. As Okazaki finds Parrish. Ball goes out wide, intercepted by RKC. McCamey drives past Navarro into space. Shillington looks for the long ball. Mickey Riley holds it up. Moss comes through behind. And there's a late whistle from the referee. Moss is unhappy about that one.
I think I kind of agree with him as well. I think I really do. I don't know if that's a foul there.
RKC's not going to complain about that one, as it's a late foul called on Warren Moss. Mickey Riley went down after contact through the back. And RKC maintained possession. Mujic giving press, but RKC comfortably passing out of that one to the near side, and Flores. Forward to Anderson, clipped on to Andrews. Kevin Andrews stumbling into space. Wisconsin Badger, who spent 2 years at UCF, was an all-AAC freshman team member. McCamey across, Strumeyer. Pass forward, skips right under the leg of Mickey Riley. And with 20 minutes to go, still a 3-0 lead for RKC.
I'm surprised that this game is 3-0. It does not really look like this game from the intensity and how competitive both sides are right now that it is 3-0 in this match.
Navarro with space. Driving in on his right foot, his pass is nowhere to be found, and Prado will just get rid of it, up looking for Andrews. Letien, who's moved back into his normal center back spot, heads it right to Mickey Riley, who can move forward and drive in. Mickey Riley's pass forward deflects back to him. Mickey Riley onto his right foot, lays it off. It's intercepted by Navarro. Great step forward from Carlos Navarro. And now out to Warren Moss on the right side.
Fantastic recovery from the captain, Lopez. It could have absolutely been an opportunity to put this game 4-0, and to be able to make a anticipating block like that is fantastic.
Strumeyer goes down, holding his leg, and looks to be in a lot of pain on that far side. And it's a late challenge there on Strumeyer. I'm surprised we didn't see a card.
Very surprised, actually. That was not a great challenge at all.
Cholich will shake hands with Strumeyer, who's still working out that leg. And it will be a quick water break for the two sides. So at the hydration break, it's 3-0. Still the goals from Chaston, Pinto, and Parra, the difference. We'll step aside along with the players. We'll be right back when action resumes here at Pritchard Park.
Located in southeast Wisconsin, come discover Racine County. Plan your visit today at visit.
Closing stages of this one. We're into the 77th minute of play. 3-0. Chaston, Parra, Pinto, the three goal scorers. It was actually Chaston, Pinto, Parra in correct order. It was 1-0 at halftime, 2 quick fire goals, and since then, it feels like RKC has been on autopilot, which hasn't really been great because now Rochester are finding their footing in this one. They've had the better, probably last 15 or so minutes between the two sides, but RKC are just holding it down at the back end.
Yeah, absolutely. Rochester, 2 great chances in that first half. Haven't really seen that many great chances in the second half, but they absolutely have shown their quality in the second half. They've shown that they're able to possess the ball, keep the ball, and manage it really well, and that has not really created too many clear-cut chances, but they've absolutely looked like the better team these last 15, 20 minutes or so.
Ball forward, it's going to run out of play. There's a substitute. Caius Cantautis comes on. Been on the bench for the last couple of games, but a good opportunity for him to get a run in up top as he comes on. Kevin Andrews, I believe, is the man who was substituted off. He was dangerous all game long. As Pinto picks up possession, goes down hard. Advantage played. Parra picks up possession.
Fantastic tackle right there.
Driven back into Parra, into space. Rays Parra. He goes down this time, foul called. It'll be a stoppage in play on the far side and quickly taken in by Strumeyer. Over to Pinto. Pinto stepping forward. Now back to Flores. Rolled across, back to Diana. Nick Diana goes long. Finds ahead of Prado this time. It's flicked forward, but now they're going to say it's out of play. It's been the second time now that Diana's tried to find that ball out wide to Prado and just hasn't found it.
Yeah, and it looks like Rochester's actually giving them that ball as well, and they're pressing their center backs and the 6 Shillington as well. So I think that their main target in their press is for Nick Diana to look for the fullbacks, and it hasn't worked. So that is pretty decent for Rochester.
Cantautis out wide. Now back in. A shot from distance for RKC, and that one was ambitious. That was Will O'Connor, who's onto the pitch as well as a substitute. We'll see who he came on for. I believe it was Mickey Riley who stepped off for Will O'Connor. It's Caius Cantautis who came on for Kevin Andrews. So 2 substitutions for RKC.
That's going to be really good to get players with fresh legs on that front line to be able to press those center backs for Rochester.
You saw how positive it was with Tank Anderson. Already hit the crossbar in this game. Almost his first involvement after coming on was a shot that hit the crossbar. So RKC has seen it work with fresh legs. It actually moves Reyes Parra into the midfield now as the center attacking mid for this RKC side. Stepping forward is Parrish, who's deep in his own half. Almost playing as a defensive midfielder, Parrish. Finds Okazaki. Outside of the boot pass, out to Letienne. Diana calls his defense off and collects it in the breadbasket. Rolls out to Strumeyer. Shillington. Excuse me, that's McCamey back to Strumeyer. Strumeyer can go forward looking for the run of Contautis, and Contautis now held in a headlock by Letienne. Foul called. It'll be a free kick. That's two times now that this Rochester team has just grabbed RKC players by the neck. Both times, no cards shown. As we're into the final 10 minutes of regulation, we'll have some stoppage time after due to the hydration break and the 2 goals scored by RKC in the second half. Pass back to Strumeyer. He brought it down well and found it forward to O'Connor. Prado misplayed his ball and now has to win it back. Still battling is Prado. Now McCamey. Moss holds on to it. And good fancy footwork from Warren Moss as he drives to the outside. Lopez Arteaga moves into space. Cross driven in. It's low. And it hits off the back of the post. It was well out of play, and Nick Diana had it covered on the near side.
I think you can argue that Warren Moss has been the man of the match when he's come on since coming on to this game. He's been everywhere, I feel like, defensively, and offensively he's done his job as well.
Okazaki clips it back. Out wide again, Lopez Arteaga looking to run onto it, and he runs out of room on the far side. And just a yell of frustration there from Lopez Arteaga as he captains his side, who are down 3-0. Prado looking for an option on the throw-in. O'Connor showed, didn't go to him. Instead will go along to Contautis. Contautis looking to win it back, instead turned over. Seymour, Okazaki, Rochester shifting to a 3-back. Out to Ramos. Ramos defended by Anderson, found a pass in to Cholich. Parrish, Contautis, O'Connor with speed, and he's got a lot of it to move forward. There goes Will O'Connor flying down the left flank. O'Connor still moving. Slide tackle comes in. What a tackle from Geoffroy Letienne, and he keeps the ball in play. O'Connor was moving with pace, and Letienne timed it to perfection.
I thought he almost got ahead of him there. When I saw that challenge, I thought the ball was actually a little bit more forward than what it was. I thought that was actually a penalty, but from after I looked at it, it definitely looked like a great tackle.
Now Rochester can move with Okazaki. He drives into space on the near side, finds Navarro. Parrish looks forward. Moss driving again into space. Warren Moss might have to do it himself. Instead, the pass deflects off of one of his teammates. It's forward to Contautis. Kais Contautis down to a knee after some contact. And there's the whistle blown. I mean, that's 4 or 5 fouls now that Letienne has committed, and still no card for the Frenchman.
I also think it shows the great hold-up play from Contautis, showing that he's very good with his back towards goal, and he's won 2 fouls already since he's come on.
It's another player who's playing out of position. He's a defensive midfielder by trade for Green Bay. Played as a striker in the first game of the season for Rochester. Scored a hat trick against this very side, partially due to that hold-up play and just finding himself in a lot of open space. Hit an absolute dart from 30 yards out as well.
You could argue that that was the goal of the year, Arnav. A fantastic finish.
Flores steps into space, surveys, and out back to Anderson. Anderson drives a switch ball to the other side. Chested in, looking for the run of O'Connor. Now Moss can move into space. There goes Warren Moss. Numbers forward and Pinto calm to play it back to Flores. Everyone's walking for Rochester at the back. RKC can take advantage.
I just think it's a sense of frustration knowing that you've played so well for around 25 to 30 minutes in this half, and being the better side, just not getting a single look is really, really frustrating.
McCamey into space on his left foot. Colin McCamey, the Northwestern captain, scores and makes it 4 for RKC.
What a finish. Wow.
Well, the pass comes in to McCamey, and as soon as he gets it onto his left foot, you can write the rest of that story. The captain for RKC slots it past Hobday in net, and it's 4-0. RKC on top.
Yeah, what a finish it was. The keeper got a hand to it, but it's just so powerful from McCamey that the keeper can't really even do too much with it, you know? So I think that it was a fantastic look, fantastic strike, and RKC's up 4-0.
Daniel Chiappetta comes on for RKC. Off goes Reyes Parra, who scored a goal today. And a chance for the Western Illinois midfielder to get a good run on these last 5 or so minutes plus extra time in this one. Chiappetta is a player who's got a good amount of technical ability. As that ball finds Navarro. Played out wide. Rochester playing it back to Parrish.
I also think it's still very cool to see that RKC is still pressing Rochester center backs, you know. 4-0 for RKC, and they're still not holding back at all.
Cross comes in over the head of Cholich. It's going to roll to the back line, and it's out of play. Diana had it covered anyways. It'll be a goal kick. Taken quickly by Diana. McCamey. Pinto. Out to the far side. Ball rolled in. Tank Anderson's in acres of space. And Anderson moves forward. Anderson looks out wide. Has Chiappetta. Back to Anderson, who can have another go if he wants it. Stepping into space. Out to Chiappetta again. Rolled back to Flores. McCamey. Moss comes out to meet him. And Colin McCamey finds Flores again. RKC probing forward slowly, looking for a couple of ways to unlock this RFC team. Clipped back in, it's over everybody. And into the path of Seymour, who turns it over. Pinto. Strumeyer. And Bryce, you're exactly right about the fact that RKC, even up 4-0, have not sat back in this one. You'd think 4-0, 3 minutes to go, you want to defend, but this RKC team is all about putting balls in the back of the net.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know that. Oh, thought that was a foul there, but yeah, it's they've been pressing so well. I feel like, I mean, it has been shown that. Excuse me. There's a
chance here for Mujic, who's moving forward. Lays it back to Ramos. Rolled in. He went to the ground, and that one cleared away. Okazaki. But back to your point, Bryce, I mean, RKC continuing to push forward, not sitting back in this one.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Navarro. Okazaki. Driving into space. Pass deflected, but can't deter it from its path. Moss out wide. Warren Moss, couple of step overs. Still driving forward. Deflected away. It's Shillington who has the last touch, and now Rochester give chase. Letien on the far side. Switch comes to the near side in Navarro. Forward and stepping in is Chiappetta. He slows up well. Finds McCamey, and McCamey just dances past one, dances past another. Got held up by the ball. There's a late slide tackle, and McCamey's hamstring is taken out. It's a red for Mirat Mujic. The owner of Rochester has gotten a red for a late slide tackle on McCamey, who's still down. And that's just a poor tackle, and McCamey's still down, and that's not good for RKC, I should say.
Absolutely terrible tackle with how late the game is.
I don't see a
just
point
no
in that
words.
tackle.
No words.
And Strumeyer's directing him off. It's an absolutely terrible tackle there for RFC in the 89th minute when you're down 4-0. You don't need it. You don't need it.
Absolutely
and
not.
it takes out the captain, who's still down holding that back hamstring. There's a hamstring, calf, Achilles of that left leg, and it's a terrible, terrible tackle from Rochester. We'll step aside as McCamey gets looked to. Arnaud Fokro, Bryce Strumeyer. Hope the best for Colin McCamey as a rough tackle leads to a red card. And we're into stoppage time here at Pritchard Park.
Located in southeast Wisconsin, come discover Racine County. Plan your visit today at visitracinecounty.com.
That'll be it. They're going to call it after that red card. Final score, 4-0. I mean, what a terrible way to end a game. And what a what a tough situation now for Colin McCamey, who you have to feel bad for. One of the stars of this team, one of the best players, to take a tackle like that in the 89th minute when you're up 4-0, it's undescribable. And for that to be the owner of the club as well is concerning. And Bryce, I'm left speechless, as you can tell. And I don't know how to end this properly. A great game for RKC. We will say that. 4-0 is a great result for the team. And it's for McCamey, you just have to hope for the best.
Yeah, my prayers go out to Colin McCamey. It was a good game of football on both sides. I thought that from before the 90th minute, it was really, really good football from RKC in that first half, being able to put their chances away. Channing, Chaston, Kevin Andrews, fantastic performances up top. And the Rochester team, they did fight back. They did have some good opportunities. Great save from Nick Diana in that first half. A great opportunity as well that was put onto the 6. Just an overall really good game, and that's my takeaway from it. My prayers also go out to Colin McCamey and hope for a speedy recovery.
That's it from Pritchard Park. We'll step aside for the final time in 2024. I mean, for myself, Arnav Pokrel, it's been an incredible season here with RKC. I couldn't have asked for a better place to be. This will be the last time you hear my voice in 2024 as the USL League 2 home slate comes to a close. They've got 2 more away matches in hopes for a final playoff spot to sneak back in to the USL League 2 playoffs. Bryce, thanks for being here. Appreciate you coming on after a USL A game that ended 9-0. The USL 2 team wins 4-0 against Rochester. That'll be it from here at Pritchard Park in 2024. Thanks for tuning in all season long. We'll step aside for the final time. Arnav Pokrel sends you home. Have a great rest of your summer. We'll see you next year.